Okay, it's recording. So, just to let everyone know why we're recording this video is Carrie went SDD last month and had an amazing 28 clients all on her own. So I've just asked her to share her top tips of how she got to SDD, how she got that many orders, and what really worked for her.
Hey.
Hello.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, sorry, my battery's going, so it was just flashing up at me then. Okay, some tips, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, so consistency, massively. That really helped. I've said it a few times before with voice notes. People get really excited when they can hear the excitement in your voice about the products, definitely. I also found that if you give them the monthly price and then break it down to the daily price, that seems to work a lot more. When you're giving someone £34.75 a month for 4 months, it's a bit like, oh, and then when you break it down, they seem to really buy into that massively. And also, because I think I got like 10 orders in my last week, and that was purely just going through everyone who had shown me any interest in that month and reconnecting with them, chatting about just anything really. It doesn't really matter what you chat about, but then the conversation will always go back to what you spoke about 2 weeks previously, and their circumstances might have changed. I had this one girl who was in a relationship that she didn't want to be in, and he was really controlling, and she was messaging me asking for advice. I'd literally met her on Facebook. She was asking me for advice. It was just literally girly chat really. And then a week later she messaged me back saying, oh, I'm not with them anymore, I'd love to try your products, I'd love to be as confident as you are. And yeah, she ordered the products within a week of telling me that she wouldn't. So
that's
yeah,
so good.
it's just about connecting,
like the friendship, isn't it, and the trust with people, not just trying to sell to them. Like, you actually treated her like a friend, so she obviously trusted you even though you didn't know each other, to then come back and order from you. And I love
she was even writing statuses up on Facebook saying like thank you to all my girls and tagged me in it. I'd only known her 2 days. I was like, what's this? But it is about just creating friendships, and people begin to trust you. I've got a lot of friends who were really interested anyway, so that was quite easy for me to sort of advise them on certain stuff, and then they go away and think about it. So I have got a few more potentials for this month, doing it that way. But yeah, a lot of last month was just about connecting with people and creating a friendship, and then they'll ask about what you do. I had a few girls actually who's in network marketing with other companies, and would message me and say, oh, if I help you, will you help me? So there was one girl who I actually bought a mascara off, and she bought some boosters off me.
Oh, amazing. That's really good, and it's really good to network. One of my team members, Sam Harwood, we met like that. She worked for Unique. She was interested in the products. I wanted to buy a mascara. We met at Spoke Out, and then we actually exchanged business cards. And she used to give out my business cards to all of her clients. I used to give out her business cards to all of my clients. And then eventually she joined our team. But we didn't actually meet up for that. It was just an added bonus. But with so you said you chased everyone up at the end of the month, in like the last week, and got like 10 orders from it. Did you write a list then of everyone who had inquired, or did you just go back to the inbox?
Everyone who messages me, I write down, and I keep their name in the book. I keep writing their name down through the diary that we have. So every new week their name gets written down again, and if I haven't heard from them by the end of the month, then I'll just send them a quick email back. Sometimes they don't want to know, sometimes it was just inquiring and they want a little bit of a think about it, or they're not ready at the moment, things like that. I've got a couple of friends of mine who moved away, who they're going on holiday, her and her partner, but we've been talking for about 2 weeks about the products, and they're really interested, but they've just realised that they have to pay for the whole holiday all on their own. So it's like, oh, can you contact me again in 2 months? So the name gets written down in 2 months. So it's always keeping a log of who you've spoken to. Try and be organised about it, otherwise you're just going to lose names. because really they are just names when you first start to talk to them, until you actually build up a friendship and a relationship with them. They're just a kind of number, and then once you've got them, they do become your friend. I do speak to the girls every week. Every week I have a catch up with the girls that have bought something from me, make sure everything's okay. So yeah, it is, at the start it is just about keeping it organized and getting the names down in the book, so you don't forget them, and always chasing up with them, always keeping in contact, going on to their Facebook profiles and liking things, so your name pops up, so they get reminded. And then the messages. There's one girl actually who I've got on Facebook, and she wants the product. I know she does, but she's finishing up with Booty. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and she's not very good at replying back to me. So we'll have a conversation, and then she'll disappear for 2 weeks. So when she puts a Facebook picture up, I'll comment on it, and then guaranteed within 20 minutes, she's messaged me back. Amazing. So we've got that little bit of a relationship going on. I will get her. It's my mission.
But I love that. It's all about being organised and writing names down, because if you don't write them down, how do you know who to chase up? And just think, if you hadn't have write them down and chased up, you wouldn't have got those 10 orders at the end of the month, which probably meant you wouldn't have hit FDD, you wouldn't have got your bonus, and you wouldn't have got paid as much as you did. So that's really good. That's something I've started doing this month as well. So I wrote down all my inquiries and anyone who had liked any of my Juice Press related posts last week. I think I ended up with a list of 41 people on it that I'm going to chase up every single Monday. I'm going to re-chase them up. So that was just in a week. I ended up with 41 names. And if you don't write it down, there's no way I would have remembered all those people that I had spoke to. And if I didn't chase them up, then you can lose out on orders. So I think that's a really, really good bit of advice and a really good tip.
Yeah, and some of the messages that people send you, that you don't remember them. It will just be like, oh, what are you doing? You'll tell them what you're doing. You'll give them a little bit of advice about something, and then they'll just disappear. And it's not a rememberable conversation for you to have. So you wouldn't remember. So yeah, writing it down definitely helps.
Love that. And is there anything that you do like every single day? So do you have any must-dos every single day?
Yeah, I chat to 5 just random people on Facebook every day. I'll just go through, at the end of the day, I'll go through my my news feed, and if I like something, anything that stands out to me, the person who's made it stand out to me, I'll connect with. I'll just write them I'll go through their wall, and we just spark up a conversation. I had a lovely conversation with a girl this morning about a pair of shoes that she bought. But it was literally an hour-long conversation about this pair of shoes. And then after that conversation, it was, oh, so what do you do for a living? And then the conversation started. And then I realised that she was actually bringing a company over from America. And she was like, oh, if this doesn't work out, I'll definitely try yours. Things like that. So it's all about just chatting to different people and like being friendly, being positive, being happy. Everyone responds to a positive person. So
I love that. And definitely, if you're interested in something, you can have a conversation about it. Like one of my team members, Laura, we got into a conversation on Facebook over scrambled eggs, because we both love scrambled eggs. And then she ended up joining my team. So like the most bizarre conversations you can start end up with such good results. Laura, before you go, do you have any other tips for anyone who's going for SDD this month, or any other advice for them?
Just be consistent, have a little bit of faith in yourself, because I'm not going to lie, when I first started this, I was like, oh, I'm not really sure how this is going to go or anything, and then absolutely smashed it last month. So it's just about keeping yourself motivated. If you're not having a good day, talk to someone that's going to make you have a good day. Talk to someone who's going to pick you up a little bit. Do self-motivation in the morning. Every single morning on my way to work, I have an audio tape of The Secret. So I sit there, it's so good, and her voice just completely relaxes me. So yeah, I just sit on the bus and listen to that all the way to work. By the time I get to work, I feel like I'm walking on clouds and just like running up, because it's a massive hill to get to my work. So I just run up that. By the time I get to work, I'm like the most energetic person there. And I think that's what it's about. Just be excited about it all. If you're having a bad day, don't let anyone see it. Just sort yourself out, pick yourself up, and then you'll be fine. Like that's what people do, respond to you just being happy and excited about something.
Amazing. Love that. Thank you so much for that, babe, and thank you for sharing our tips. I hope it helps everyone else, and I am going to stop recording you now, but thank you so much for sharing that with us.